workers. Joining me right now is House Minority Leader Kevin McCarthy from Florida today. Congressman, it's good to see you this morning. Thanks so much for being here.
Thanks for having me on your show. I appreciate it.
Your reaction to the president's plan and the fact that the administration is lifting those tariffs on Mexico and Canada, perhaps as a way to make the USMCA legislation easier to pass.
Well, two milestones just happened in the last week. Lifting the steel tariffs on Canada and Mexico make it even closer to passing USMCA. And then look what happened in Mexico. One of the requirements the Democrats have had is that they change their labor laws. Well, that has passed the Senate in Mexico. So now there is nothing holding us back to pass the bill that would bring more jobs to America, and the timing could not be more perfect. It will only make us stronger in this battle with China, where China doesn't want to have a fair trade agreement. But it would unite Americas, and that is something that would be much stronger in this debate going forward, make America stronger, make our economy even bigger, and create, they're talking about more than 200,000 new jobs. So there's only one person holding this up. The Speaker, Nancy Pelosi, she can call up that vote, and it will pass.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, hasn't she said she's not bringing it to the floor right now? Are you expecting the USMCA to come to the floor for a vote so it can pass?
I want it to come to the floor because it will pass. And the requirements the Democrats have asked for have now been met. Those milestones of the steel tariffs, the idea that Mexico would even have a vote in their own Senate to change their labor laws proves it's an opportunity now to move forward. And I think it's a better time to do it now than moving later into the year, especially when we're dealing with China right now. You would want America to have a stronger hand in this debate.
So what can you get done with the Democrats? I mean, let me just end the USMCA conversation here. Do you expect it to come to the floor anytime soon?
I want it to come to the floor very soon.
But you don't know.
I would hope it would come. There is one person that determines that, the Speaker of the House. And I think even from looking at America, understanding politics, knowing the presidential campaign is going to be moving forward, let's put people before politics. This makes America stronger. You ask for certain requirements. Those have been met. Now is the perfect time to really focus on America, move this forward, and right now, in the next 2 months, would be the best time to vote on it.
Well, what have you worked together with the Democrats on? Can you point us to some successes or work that could be successful in terms of the two parties working together so far?
Look, as Republican leader, I will work with anyone that wants to work and move America forward. And we had two opportunities, but it's very concerning just in the last week. We were working about lowering prescription drugs. In energy and commerce, we actually passed 3 bills that would give the public and the consumer more options at a lower price, and it passed unanimously with every Republican and every Democrat voting for it. But before it came to the floor, the Democrat leadership put a poison pill in it. And in this poison pill, dealing with the Affordable Care Act, they were now going to remove, according to the Congressional Budget Office, 1.5 million Americans' preferred health plan. They wanted to make sure that this bill would not become law. Even one of the congresswomen, who is one of the best friends with the Speaker, Anna Eshoo, said she did not like this path going forward. And then when we look at Ways and Means, we just had the Secure Act dealing with pensions and other items pass the committee unanimously with every Republican and every Democrat. And you know what's happening now before it's coming to the floor? They're removing the 529 plan that gives the parents the freedom to save money for their kids' college. They're breaking their promise. And if that is the pattern, how could we ever get to an infrastructure deal or other items? That is the concern. This is not the same Democratic Party in the past. This has become a socialist Democratic Party that wants greater control over our lives and less freedom.
So you're saying that you have produced bills, but when it's actually time to vote on them, your colleagues on the left are putting new things in there to make it hard for people to agree on.
Maria, look at this. In committee, every Republican and every Democrat voted for. Very tough discussion about prescription drugs. One that the consumers on all ends would win. And then when it came to save their parents being able to save money for their children's college, The Democrats have put poison pills. And I've said it on your show before.
Yeah.
This new Democrat Socialist Party is more concerned in subpoenas than they are with solutions.
There's
Name
also
me one problem they have solved in this new majority.
Well, there's also the op-ed that you wrote last week with Mitch McConnell about the House standing against the toxic BDS movement. Now, there was a bill which Chuck Schumer supported and co-sponsored. Where does that stand in terms of anti-Israel rhetoric?
This is one of the most concerning. Here's a bill that passes the Senate 77-23. Chuck Schumer not only voted for it, he co-sponsored it. It has come to the House. They won't even schedule it in a committee. This is what we're talking about when you say anti-Semitic. This goes to the core of it. It's about boycotting, divestment, sanctions against Israel, wanting Israel to fail. The Democrats say one thing, but this new Socialist Democratic Party won't even allow this to go into committee. So we have one rule that we can deal with. It's called a discharge petition. Congressman Brian Mast has set it up. So all it takes is 218 members to sign that, to bring that bill directly to the floor. Only 21 Democrats need to sign it. They talk about it, but let's see if they really will stand up to the anti-Semitic things that are coming out, not across this world, but right in this own House.
Look, even within your own party, with your own convention here, you've got division. I want to read this quote, this tweet from Justin Amash. Your colleague on the GOP says, here are my principal conclusions. Attorney General Barr has deliberately misrepresented Mueller's report. Number two, President Trump has engaged in impeachable conduct. Number three, partisanship has eroded our system of checks and balances. Number four, few members of Congress have read the Mueller report. President Trump has responded to this, and the president tweeted right after Amash tweeted, and he says, never a fan of Justin Amash, a total lightweight who opposes me and some of our great Republican ideas and policies just for the sake of getting his name out there through controversy. What's happening, sir?
Well, apparently, those who know Justin Amash, this is exactly what he wants. He wants to have attention. Now, you've got to understand Justin Amash. He's been in Congress quite some time. I think he's only ever asked one question in all the committees that he's been in. He votes more with Nancy Pelosi than he ever votes with me. It's a question whether he's even in our Republican conference as a whole. What he wants is attention in this process. He's not a criminal attorney. He's never met Mueller. He's never met Barr. And now he's coming forward with this because this is what he wants. He wants a Sunday show to put his name forward with a question. It's really disturbing because when you watch on the floor, you could have a bill with 400 votes all supporting it. There'll always be one opposed, and that'll be Justin Amash.
Well, it's also speculated that he wants to run against President Trump in the 2020 election as a libertarian. Has he said that to you?
I know he said it on some show before. He had a very hard time winning in the last election, so I wonder maybe he wants some type of exit strategy. But it's very disturbing. This is exactly what you would expect from Justin. He never supported the president, and I think he's just looking for attention.
Congressman, it's good to see you this morning. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Congressman Kevin McCarthy.